feel like you can never be yourself, or you can never say how you really feel. Until now, yeah. When it's sundown, my mind is on the rundown. Now they feeling like my happiness is on the come down. But when I speak to you, I feel like it's a touchdown. Finally found me someone I can really trust now. I always have so much to say, but no one is saying to. If I can talk to you today, I know I can make it through. So let's have this conversation, like a radio station. So let's have this conversation, like a radio station.
It's finally Friday, and it's time for the conversation with Maria Byrd.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. You are listening to The Conversation with Maria Byrd. And guess what, you guys? I'm super excited about today's show because we have with us a very special guest. His passion and expertise for photography and film has favored him to work with international figures in the United States and abroad. His stellar portfolio includes a wide variety of clientele from all walks of life, ranging from the common man to movie stars, Grammy award-winning recording artists, and affluent moguls and millionaires of various areas of expertise. Not only that, but his clientele includes none other than Lisa Ray, Erica Campbell, Warren Campbell, Olympian Sonia Richards-Ross, Garcia Bouvet, and Tasha Cobbs Leonard, just to name a few. Please help me welcome to the show my very special guest, celebrity photographer Erick Robinson. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yes, it's an honor for you to be here with us today.
It's an honor for me to be here with you.
And so, how are you? How have you been?
Oh my gosh, I'm doing well. Just been working like crazy. But all is well. All is well.
Yes. Well, before we get started, I did my absolute best to try to introduce you, but can you just tell the people a little bit about yourself?
First, you did a good job. Yes, I'm a celebrity photographer. I've been doing it for 8 years now. I've been blessed to work with some amazing individuals throughout my time. So, I'm truly grateful and tremendously blessed, of course, to work with everyone from, Tasha Cobbs is those that you listed, some of my favorite people. So I'm super excited.
Yes. And so can you just share with us, regarding some of the services you provide?
Absolutely. Right now, my main focus is more so fashion and editorial work.
Got you.
Like I love
yes.
love all things fashion. I love all things fashion, but for sure, being a photographer, I'm open to all things. So I do weddings, I do everything when it comes to photography, but my strong point is mainly for the fashion, editorial, and things like that.
Wow, I love that. That is so exciting.
Yes, it is.
Because it allows you just the opportunity to just meet so many wonderful people.
Yes.
As you stated. And so, can you just share with us? I always love to hear things, especially from individuals that are experts in their field. Mm-hmm. Can you just share with us what is the difference, between a person who takes pictures, and an actual photographer?
Well, I always tell people, I can give you my phone right now. You can take a nice little picture, but if I take the picture, it's going to be a little different.
Wow.
And the only reason why I said it, too, is because you have to also pay attention to the composition, the lighting, all of those things. And all that kind of defines you as a photographer, and plus your experience.
Yes.
So a lot of people think, just because I have a camera, I can take pictures.
Right.
No, you're not a photographer. You just can take pictures. But it really does depend on your experience and the knowledge that you have behind it.
Right. And one of the things that because I actually got a BA in mass communication, and one of the classes, come on, yes. And so one of the classes that I had to take was photojournalism. Photojournalism. And what I learned in that particular class is it really is an art form.
Yes. It's a science to photography.
Come on.
Yes, it is a science to photography. Let me tell you.
Yes.
It is truly a science to photography. You have to know about the lighting, the composition, know how to retouch, and just know how to fully develop the photos to the quality and the execution level that you desire. So yeah.
Yes, I love that. And so, we have with us, I would describe you as an artist, really.
Yes,
of course.
Absolutely.
And so, can you just share with us, because there's, this famous quote that says, a picture is worth 1,000 words. Mm-hmm. Is that true?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. And the reason why I totally agree with that quote is because there are photos that I've taken of people, of certain individuals, and you can look at the photo and you can tell that this woman is exemplifying strength. She's exemplifying beauty. She's showcasing her love for life and just showing that she's free. You know what I'm saying? And confident. So a photo can definitely say a million words.
Yes.
Like, you can just look at a photo and just get such a vibe, or you can feel encouraged just by looking at a photo. And even like some of the photos that I take at my church, like, you can look at a photo that I take from service and just be like, oh my God, you can tell that this person is truly getting their healing.
Yes.
I'm like, it
And you know what though? But you know what, Eric? What I love about photos is that, you know, there's photos where they're planned. I don't know like the proper term for the you know, like the still shots, or the photos that's planned. Yeah. But then there are photos that you take when, you know, no one knows that you're taking them. You know, and this is where, you know, we learn about the stories.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
sure.
Like you said, we can actually look at individuals and, you know, capture those moments of victory, capture those moments of failure, capture those, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I remember when 9/11 happened.
Yes.
I remember when that happened, you know, and so much was going on, but, you know, the photojournalism, you know, that was taking of that event at that particular time really depicted, you know, the different emotions that people were going through. You got to see the faces of the victims and the, you know, the loved ones, the firefighters. You know what I'm saying? So I love the point that you made that, you know, a picture is really worth 1,000 words.
For sure. Oh, for sure. And the best thing about being a photographer is that you are the person that can learn how to master freezing moments. And I love that.
Hold on. What? I love that. Can you elaborate on that? Come on. You said freezing moments. Come on, elaborate on that.
And the reason why I say that is because there are so many moments in life where we miss the actual moment because we're too busy trying to capture it. But the thing is, there are some moments that you will never be able to get back. And by being a photographer, you're able to actually captivate those moments and store those in a little folder or whatever you want to keep them in, or just on your social media platform, and use that to just go back in time to relive that moment. So I think that's so dope for me, because a lot of times I mess up and I'm like, I got a picture though.
Right. I love that, how you had the opportunity to really freeze and capture that moment.
For sure.
You know, like every time, if for example in my family, when we have birthdays, holidays, and things of that nature, you know, I will oftentimes say, you know, babe, get a quick pic. I would tell my husband, get a quick pic. You know, but don't, you know, don't take pictures the whole time, because you might miss the moment. But definitely, like, come on, let's document this,
for sure.
because like you said, we can't get it back.
Absolutely. And the thing is too, another thing with photos that is so amazing to me is it allows you to connect with people and things that you may not ever get a chance to meet ever again in life.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I love that.
Don't get me wrong, because I mean, my generation as millennials, we never got a chance to actually physically meet Martin Luther King, but we know him through his photos.
Through the photos.
The same thing with Michael Jackson. I was never privileged to see him live, but because of the documents and video footage that we have, it kind of allows you to have some type of relationship with him through the photos and through the footage.
Wow.
So I think that's pretty dope too.
Yes, that's
And then on top of that, like, it's a timeless product. You know what I'm saying?
It's timeless.
Timeless. So that's why I tell the people, you know, you got to pay the people for their services. Is this mic on? Is the mic on?
Yes. Wow. I love that. And you know, it's a revelation, you know, because, you know, like when it comes to, as you said, photography, when it comes to videography, when it comes to different areas and forms of media, you know, I do believe that this is where the Lord has called us to be his prophetic scribes.
Yes.
What? Yes. Come on. You know, like we're right there with Matthew, with Mark, with Luke, with John, you know, when it comes to capturing the glory, capturing those moments. So I think that's epic.
Listen, it is.
Yes. And so let me ask you this, Eric, because I want to know the answer to this question. You know, there are, you know what I'm saying, like so many different famous clients and individuals that you have worked with. Who would you say, you know, I'm going to ask you, who would you say, you know, like has been your favorite?
They watching me. Can I give you a list?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Because I don't want to get crucified. One would definitely be Garcelle. She's my ultimate favorite. Oh my God. And the reason why I say Garcelle for one is because every time I'm with her, I just pass out on the inside. Like, I love her. So Garcelle, if you're watching, the kid loves you. Oh, matter of fact, it is okay to announce that Garcelle is officially bae. We're gonna release it to TMZ. We do have video footage for that, but Garcelle for sure. I absolutely love her. Tasha Cobbs is definitely a jewel. She's definitely one of my faves. She is just the thing I love about her. Can I just elaborate on her for a second?
Yes.
Tasha Cobbs is just the bomb, and the reason why I say that is because she is such an authentic and genuine person off stage and behind the stage. So I think that's just such a beautiful thing. Not only from her, Sonya Richard Ross, that is my MVP right there, and that's my girl. I love her to death. Not only from her, Lisa Ray, of course, and I'm gonna stop right there because I'm gonna start forgetting. But those are like some of my favorite people, though, for sure. Like on a consistent that I always stay in contact with daily or even weekly, like Garcelle for sure.
Now you know, like
sure.
I'm so glad you mentioned that because I'm curious to know, like, what actually makes a good client? You know, like.
Oh Jesus!
Is it the chemistry?
Yes,
is it
it's the chemistry. It's also basically the chemistry. Yeah. Because a lot of times you can have those clients that are a little rough and they be trying to get everything for nothing. Don't be that client. But I mean, definitely it's the chemistry, and it is definitely the vibe that you build with them along the way, especially after you finish working with them, because most times a lot of people can be very just keep it business and that's it. But then for me, and I think my personality along with working with them kind of opens them up to be like, you know, he's cool, I like him, he make me laugh, whatever. So I'm like, hey, this is my time to go ahead and what's up, buddy?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
wow, that is so exciting. And you know, like, this is not on the paper, but you know, I'm just like interested. Like, when did you first realize that, you know, photography was your passion?
Oh my God, you want me to give you the story on that?
Come on, give us the breakdown.
Since this is the conversation.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all. So when I was in middle school, I used to always have a camera. My best friend would always tell you, I would always have a camera. Like I could not even have. It was so bad to the point where when my mom first gave me my phone, I was so ungrateful because I didn't want the phone because it didn't have a camera.
Wow.
Yeah, I wanted to take pictures all the time. But literally, I was a kid at school, and do not judge me. I was the one that recorded the fights, the pep rallies, everything that went on at the school. I took pictures of everything that went on at the school. And I just loved doing it. Like, there was not one day that I would not come to school and take pictures. And everyone was like, dang, this little boy is aggravating. He always taking our pictures, blah, blah, blah. But it also showed that I just had such a huge passion for it. And once I began to do that, I would never forget the day I got with Danielle Brown and Brianna Williams, which was a good friend of mine. We went downtown Jacksonville, and we just took photos. And it was literally just, you know, something we were just doing for fun. And literally the photos went viral on social media, and everybody was like, yo man, this is dope work, how much do you charge? And I was like, how much do I charge? I'm just doing what I love to do. But then I was like, Eric, don't be dumb charge the people, you can't look good and be broke. So I was trying to tell the people, like, you gotta, you know, find your niche, and once you find that, you know, and work it. And that's what I began to do. And the money that I once made from the time that I started out, I took that money and I started investing into going into different environments and to different networking events to get connections with different people that I desire to work with. And that's kind of how I started, and I've been doing it ever since, and I'm grateful and I love it.
Yes. Wow. And so I think that that's an awesome tip that you can share, you know, with up and coming photographers, is that, you know, you have to invest in yourself.
Oh, for sure. I'm my number one investor. So when people be like, well, I invested this and I invested in that, I invest more than what people think I invest. And not only just financially, but my time. You understand what I'm saying?
Talk about that.
Oh my God, the time. And that goes back to the initial thing about knowing the qualifications of being a true photographer. And reason being is because you can have a camera, but if you're not educated and you don't have the techniques and the full equipment to be able to execute to the full capacity of getting a good image, then it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
You're just playing around with the camera. So it takes time. You have to know you have to master not just knowing how to take a photo, but how to operate a camera, how to retouch, and all of those things. It takes time. So that's why I tell people, when someone tell you their rate or their fee, it's not just because they want to dig deep in your pockets. It's because the knowledge and the wisdom that I have to be able to execute at this level, it costs.
Yes.
Photoshop ain't cheap.
Come on.
Photoshop is not cheap.
Photoshop is not cheap.
Oh, and they be like, can you just smooth out my skin, make me look? I'm like, man of God, woman of God, that costs. That costs. Yes, it costs to make you look good. Yes it do. Makeup costs, or this Photoshop gonna cost. Shoot, y'all playing.
Yes. Wow. OMG. So we have to, it doesn't, you know, whether you're behind the camera or in front of the camera, we have to really, you know, do what you said, like invest in ourselves.
Yes, for sure. And even, you know, let me say this though, even being a photographer, not only just being the one that takes everyone else's photos, I've had to invest in myself to get photos of myself. You know what I'm saying?
That's good.
You know why? And the reason why I'll say that now, we can discuss this a little bit. Being a public figure of any caliber or of any industry, it is very imperative that you have the proper images, consistent images.
Wow.
Not just you do a photo shoot one time a year. Like, you need to do realistically, and this is not for just to send business my way, but realistically, you need to at least have photos. I know the average person would not do it every 3 months, but every six months.
Did y'all hear what he said?
Seriously.
Come on, say it again, man.
You need to have new photos at least every 6 months.
Wow.
At least that, like, 6 months is like your grace period up. You need to have new photos. And the reason, let me elaborate on why I say that. The reason why I say that is because the fashion industry changes every like 30 to 60 days. And we late on that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then you have to think about the technology. Technology upgrades every 30 to 60 days. Google it. It updates every 30 to 60 days. And it's like, us as the people, we're always the ones that are so behind and so delayed. And then we're wondering, I guarantee you right now, if you have bomb pictures, if you have amazing images and everything like that, I guarantee you will always be the talk of the town. You'll always be hot topic. People will always follow you because they want to know what you look like, what you doing, what's next, how's her hair gonna be, what's her makeup look, what her clothes, what kind of clothes she gonna wear, what's her next style, where's she going next, because people are visuals now. Like, we're not looking at magazines no more. Everything's on our phone. So if you don't have the proper look or the proper content to make people be invested into following you or staying up to date with you, it's like, what are you doing? And the reason why I say that, to back up that statement, is look at Rihanna, look at Beyonce. They haven't released music in how long? But the reason why they're remaining relevant is because of their images.
Come on,
Find the lie.
Wow.
But that's the truth, because it's like, if you don't have proper images, who's gonna look at you? And the thing is, they're gonna be on to the next thing popping.
Right.
The next thing, if you say, for instance, if you're a fashion blogger, if you're someone that, you know, is into fashion or whatever, but if you're not up to date with the latest fashion, and someone else is like, okay, we're gonna get on to this and we're gonna start doing it, because you haven't posted nothing in a while, they on to the next thing. And it's gonna be hard to retract those same followers or that same audience of people that once was connected to you, because you slipped up and you didn't continue to provide enough content. They on to the next thing. And you know, us as millennials, we don't be waiting. We be like, next. What's next?
Right.
So that's my thing. You have to make sure that you have consistent images, so that way that your audience can always stay in tune with you. You know what I'm saying? And stay connected.
Yes. I love this nugget of wisdom that you're giving us.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter, you know, what area of expertise you find yourself in. We all have to make sure that we have consistent images.
Yes, for sure. For sure. I mean, I'm telling you, look at Rihanna. If you go to Rihanna's Instagram, Rihanna has not put out music in I don't know how long. But the reason why she is continuing to excel, and the reason why she is continuing to be on top, is because of how she looks. She's on every magazine cover. She's always coming out with a bomb product that people are going to buy because of how well she looks.
Yes.
Same thing with Beyonce. Beyonce hasn't put out no music, but Beyonce's not even the type. She don't even follow nobody on Instagram, but she has to post something to continue to stay in somebody's mouth, so people can continue to talk about her. Because if not, people gonna be like, okay, we on to the next new artist. Are we on to? Not saying that would necessarily happen with Beyonce, because Beyonce is Beyonce, but she has to at least have images out there floating, so people can be like, dang, she looks beautiful, she's doing good. Talk about her snapback after the twins. Like, you got to keep people talking. If you don't have people talking, then you know, it is what it is.
Wow. And so I love even how this relates, you know, to the body of Christ, because,
for sure.
you know, what happens a lot of times, you know, I think when it comes to the kingdom believers, is that, you know, there may be like an internal battle. We want to we don't want to exalt ourselves, right? We want to make sure that we have a sense of humility, but it's not exalting yourself. It's really honoring, you know what I'm saying, the glory of the Lord that rests upon your life.
God gave you the anointing. You got to make sure you maintain your platform.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to, because I promise you right now, no one is not gonna book, you know, no shade or anything, but nobody's not gonna book a church mother that's sitting in her picture like this in a chair. Like, no, man. That's not where we are, you know, in today's society. Like, you have to have some bomb pictures. You need to look up to date with your trends of fashion. Your hair needs to be up on point. No one's wearing those curls no more. No one's wearing that, you know, them three-piece suits. You know, no, nobody's not doing it anymore. So you have to be on point. And a lot of times, like I even share with my pastors too, you know, by having great images, that will also control your bookings.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear what he said? That having great images affects our booking.
Yes, it does.
Come on, talk about that.
It does. Guarantee you, because you wanna know why? Because I posted photos of my pastor, you know, on my social media, and everybody was just talking about how amazing they look, right? and it sent people to their social media, and it made people want to stay in contact with and stay connected to them based upon how they look. People are visual, so before they even hear what you got to say, they want to see how you look.
Wow.
Truth, right?
Yes.
And then once they hear what you have to say, then they're like, okay, I really want to be connected to you. Because I mean, right now we can leave right now and go to Lenox Mall or go to a mall right now, and we can see somebody right now. Oh, she got a nice Gucci belt. Dang, her hair is nice, and that's a conversation starter.
Right.
But then once you begin to continue to talk to them, and they tell you, oh, I do this, that, and the other, then you're like, okay, hey, we definitely need to connect, and that's just how it is. Like right now, if you were a makeup artist, I'm like, dang, girl, your eyebrows look good. You know what I'm saying? Your makeup on point. That's a conversation starter.
Right.
So then everybody's like, okay, are you a makeup artist? Yes, I'm a makeup artist. Oh, I got a cousin that's about to have prom next week, or my cousin about to get married, or my sister about to get married. Can I get your card? Hey, boom, that's business right there. Same thing with church. I mean, if you look good, you present yourself well, somebody may want to have a pretty preachers conference. And because you look good and you carry yourself now.
Come on, pretty preachers.
Listen, you know, God wants you to represent him well.
Yes.
God looks good. And
but you know what? I love that point that you made. You know, that, you know, our image,
yes.
you know, the pictures that we put out there, this affects our booking. Could it be?
Oh, can I say this?
Come on, say it.
As an artist, as a public figure, if you have any type of audience or any type of influence on anybody,
mm-hmm.
and you're releasing a project or anything like that, this is for everybody. You have to be sure that you invest in quality. I don't care if your deadline is tomorrow. Don't put it out. And the reason why I say that is because as an artist, as an author, as a singer,
yes.
as a photographer, whatever you put out, and this is your first project, that's your debut. You don't get a reintroduction. You get one introduction. You can't put out some crappy photos or a crappy song that's not mastered right and then say, this is my solo single. We gonna remember you for that one thing.
Right.
The reason why Beyonce's career took off was because she came out with quality. The reason why Michael Jackson excelled the way he did because he came out with quality. And no one can say that, oh, well, his first album was, you know, it wasn't all that good, so it was like a flop. No, you got to make sure that whatever you put out is a firm representation of where you're going, not where you are right now. You don't have to perform at the level of where you are, and get with somebody that's willing to help you get there. It may not, I mean, and say for instance, you may not have a budget, but connect with somebody that is willing to help connect you to somebody that's willing to help you.
Right.
So that you can be able to have the brand look that is going to help further your career. Because if you don't have the proper images, if you don't have the proper sound or look or for whatever it is that you're trying to release, people going to look at you as a joke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
and you know what? I love the point that you just made, that we have to be forward thinkers.
Oh, for
you know,
sure,
because
for
sometimes, and I think, you know, we need to talk about that a little bit, because I think that oftentimes, you know, when it comes to our brand, you know, you can be so just focused on where you currently are, but no, we have to be forward thinkers and consider where we're going.
Yes, for sure. And let me say something too. This is something that I've taken into consideration on my social media, because I'll never forget, I was shout him out, Jay Bolin. That's my dude. Jay Bolin called me a couple of years ago, and he was telling me, he was like, Eric, he was like, I'm referring people to your social media site, but he was like, I want you to be consistent with your posts. And he was like, because if I'm sending celebrities your way, I don't want you to post good work and then you post bad work, and then you post something that's not at the same level of that. And you know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, cool, got it, Jay. So for me, it's just like, I photograph a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I photograph everybody, but I don't post everything on my social media.
That's good. Come on, talk about that.
I don't post everything on my social media, and the reason being, it's not anything negative or shady towards the client or anybody, but if you have not executed as a client or me as a photographer to the level of what I've previously done, I'm not posting it. Because that's a conflict of interest when it comes to my business, because you don't want people to look at you and say, well, he did this real good, but then this photo right here doesn't look that good. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then that jeopardizes my business. So I'm just like, every photo shoot that I do may not be a high fashion photo shoot. It may not be an editorial. It may not be a high-end beauty shoot. So I'm not going to post it on my social media, because that's normally what I'm known for.
Right.
So to protect my brand integrity, I will not post that. And that's okay. You have to be okay with understanding this is my work, but I'm not comfortable with posting it on my social media for everyone else to critique it. And I know for me that this is not up to the standard of what I'm accustomed to performing to.
Wow,
So you
I
have to
love
be okay with
that. Yes, we have to protect the integrity of our brand.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. We don't have to post everything on social media.
Absolutely.
So I think that's key for every photographer, you know, that's listening, that you don't have to post every picture that you take.
Yeah, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because I definitely don't do it. So don't feel bad if you don't do it.
Wow, I love that. And so, this is so good. This is off to an excellent start. Yeah.
Coming through.
Yes. And so, I wanted to ask you, because we talked about, your favorite clients and those clients that you enjoyed. But have you ever had what we would call maybe a bad client? How did you handle that?
Have I ever had a bad client? Yes. Oh my God. Whoa.
Okay. But before you tell me that, what makes somebody a bad client? Let's start right there. Let's start right there.
Oh my God. What makes a person a bad client? Them.
Yeah.
Just them, period. And no, I'm just kidding. But necessarily, I would say they're a team of people. They're a team of people.
Now, see, this is good.
They're a team of people. Turn the mic up. They're a team of people. I'm just being real. Like, if we're going to be candidly honest, though, it is so imperative. You know what I'm saying? Like Apostle has been saying over our lives, like, your team is coming. But before your team comes, they need to make sure they have the same level of integrity you have. They need to make sure they have your character and your personality. Because what happens is, if you have people in your corner that is representing you and they don't operate under the same grace that you operate under, they will make your image look bad.
Woo.
You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
It's like almost if you try to go through a process to book somebody, but their publicist or their management is very unprofessional, it makes you have a whole different outlook on that particular person, and you haven't even talked to them.
You haven't even talked to them yet.
But that's why it's imperative that you make sure that the people that represent you have your same flow of how you do things, because if not, it's like, bruh, I want to work with you, but your team of people, they horrible. And that's just been my thing. Like, a lot of times it's not necessarily the client per se. If it's a celebrity, it's mainly their team of people that I have to deal with. And that's why I don't like dealing with the publicists, the managers, because they do a lot of underhand shady things, and it's not a good thing to really deal with as an entrepreneur, because it's like, as a creative, I'm just trying to produce great work. I ain't trying to do all that other foolishness that y'all trying to put me through. Just let me just be great and just, do what I'm gonna do, and that's it.
Wow.
But people don't really want to speak on that, but it's imperative that you really make sure that the people that represent you have your same characteristics, because if not, if they don't operate with integrity, it makes you look bad, and you haven't even been here to represent yourself.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's critical, you guys. We have to make sure the team that we're around, I love how you said it, had the same flow and grace that we have.
Yes. And that's so, and another thing for me, like, I know everybody's like, Eric, when you gonna get, an assistant or whatever, and it's so hard because I'm the type of person, I have a good heart. You know what I'm saying? I'm a person that show a lot of mercy to a lot of people. And everybody is not as compassionate as I am. Yes. As compassionate as I am. So for me, unless I'm gonna find me a twin or something, I don't know. The Lord gonna have to really do it for me, because I really want people to be around me that flow the same way that I do and have the same level of grace, because it's just like, you can't be so cutthroat with people. Wow. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have. Is that like something that's like frequent in your industry? Can you just like? Oh yes. Wow. Yes. And that's, what? I'm so glad you said that, because this is the thing. Like, although I'm in church and I'm in arts and entertainment, I think people, and sometimes I share things with my family and stuff, and they, always jump back to like the Bible stuff, and that's, I get that, and I'm not knocking that at all. I'm all in for what the Word said, what the Lord said, things like that. But this industry is so different, and I guess because growing up in the church and being in the church world, everyone tells you, oh, Eric, it's okay, this, that, and the other. But you have to also understand, I'm in an industry where I work and make my money in an industry that is unforgiving. This ain't the church. You make a mistake and, oh, we here to forgive you. You make one thing, you are blacklisted. Look at Monique. You see, she not getting no jobs because of one thing, and how people can ruin your name off of one thing. One little thing your career will be done. Nobody will ever work with you. So it's like, it's different trying to, I get what we're saying, forgive the church thing, and then you got the world over here. You do one thing, you blacklisted. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. Your career is over. You might as well go find another hobby or get out of the industry, because it's not the easiest thing to try to bounce back from. So that's just my thing. Like, you just have to have tough skin. Wow. You have to have tough skin, and you have to be willing to just try to survive through it, because it ain't easy, y'all. It ain't easy. I mean, can you talk about that a little bit more? Because I love this insight and this revelation that you're giving us, like regarding, because like it can be a dog world out there. Yes. And then the thing that I've experienced recently, and just this year alone, within the past 5 months, is that my gift of discernment has had to grow tremendously. Yes, I can imagine. When I say, I have had to go before the throne of grace. I had to sleep at Jesus' feet for like 12 long nights and everything because I was just like, God, you had to help me because this right here is for the birds. Because there have been people that will be right there in my face that will appear to be as genuine and tell you that they want the best for you, and then literally behind closed doors they're trying to do everything they can to sabotage you. And I'm just like, God, I'm not understanding why I'm dealing with all of this. I'm not understanding why all of this is happening to me when I'm a type of person. I'm just trying to help everybody. Like, it makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? So that's something that I've had to really go before God with in prayer. Just like, God, you got to really help.
Yes.
Help me, because I mean, help me and just open up my eyes to see beyond what is physically in front of me. Because a lot of times you can be, what's the word I would say? You'll be blinded by the smoke of what's in front of you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And people will tell you, oh, I'm happy for you, I'm proud of you. But literally, the moment you are on your way up the stairs, when God is trying to elevate you, they are trying to sabotage you and stab a knife in your back. So you have to be mindful.
OMG.
With that. Yeah.
Come
that's the truth.
But you know what?
That's the truth.
But we're going to hold it right there because this is good. And I want you guys to stay tuned. Erick, oh my gosh. Okay, you guys. So we're getting ready to take a quick commercial break, but don't go anywhere. I want you guys to keep it locked. You're listening to The Conversation with Maria Byrd.
Come on, stay with
Tune
us.
in to The Conversation with Maria Byrd
So let's have this conversation.
on WIGO 1570 AM radio.
You can connect with Maria Byrd here Fridays on The Conversation at 11 a.m. Go to www.mariabyrd.org. You can sign up for her newsletter. Check out the latest from The Conversation. You can be the next guest, have your song featured, or donate to the cause. Learn about marketing opportunities. Check out the giveaways, special promotions, free tickets, and the latest from Maria Byrd Publications. Again, log on to www.mariabyrd.org. That's www.maria, M-A-R-I-A, Byrd, B-Y-R-D.org.
Forgetting those things which are behind me, yeah. 'Cause what's in front of me is greater than anything I've seen. With my feet on the ground, I will shout it loud. I'm expecting the amazing. I'm expecting the amazing. I'm expecting the amazing. I'm expecting the amazing. My faith increase. I'm chasing what I see.
Conversation with Maria Byrd
So let's have this conversation.
on WIGO 1570 AM Radio.
So what's up, you guys? Welcome back. You are listening to The Conversation with Maria Byrd, and you just heard the hit song The Amazing by the Harvest Tabernacle Recording Choir. And guess what, you guys? It's available right now for purchase on iTunes and all digital media outlets. Be sure to follow me on social media, you guys. I'm on Facebook at Maria Byrd, on Instagram at maria.byrd. You can also follow me on the Conversation with Maria Byrd Facebook page, or check out my website at www.mariabyrd.org. Also, if you desire to give and be a blessing, or give into this radio show, financial contribution, be sure to go to Cash App $ Maria Byrd and give today. Well, you guys, we are back with my special guest, celebrity photographer Erick Robinson. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Yes, and so before the break, you were just really shedding light, on how cutthroat, the arts and entertainment industry can be. And I want you to elaborate on that a little bit more, like how, for an individual such as yourself, how do you maintain your sanity and your salvation as a public figure?
Oh, much prayer. much prayer. Because if I did not have the prayer, Lord Jesus, I don't know where I would be. No, for real.
Yeah.
For real. So shout out to my pastors, Apostle Travis and
Yes.
Pastor Stephanie Jennings. Because if it had not been for them and my mama, Lord Jesus, I don't know what I would be doing, man. Because it is so, like I said, it is so cutthroat. And a lot of times, and the reason why I say it's so cutthroat is because I'm literally in there with the Hollywood people.
Yeah.
This ain't just the church realm with people. I'm talking about Hollywood. And the things that I see, people always say, oh, we've seen so much in church. No. It's a different thing when you see the church and the Hollywood. It's a whole nother world. So that's just my thing, being exposed to that at such a young age. I think I just felt so much pressure because everybody was just like, well, Erick, you should know how to handle yourself in this situation. And I'm just like, you have to also understand I'm grown and still growing up. That should be a book. Grown and growing up. Because it's just you're experiencing so much at such a young age, and it's some of the stuff this is my first time experiencing. Yeah. And it's how do I, protect myself from this? Or how do I deal with this? And sometimes I don't have the answer, so I just go in and just pray God, please help me that I don't, fall into this, or I don't embarrass you, because they trying me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
can you just talk about that? Because it's a lot of people, that's breaking out into Hollywood or the arts and entertainment industry. Can you just share regarding some of the things that you've seen, and then how did you handle yourself?
Y'all really want to know what Erick done seen? No, y'all don't. You really want to know? Okay, let's just be candidly honest though. I've had some crazy experiences. I've had the Lord to really come through and help me. Even just the year alone, I've had a crazy experience. So, I was photographing this wonderful and amazing client. And this particular person literally, they went full all the way out. All the way out. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. Just came out with no clothes in front of all of us. You know what I'm saying? I had my brother there. I had my my makeup artist there, and my client. We were all devastated. I told my pastors, I said, y'all gonna have to lay hands on my eyes because I need new vision. I've never seen that ever in my life, for a person to exploit themselves in front of us like that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have to kind of take into consideration on where we are in society. You have the whole Bill Cosby situation. You have all these other situations with the sports agents and things like that. They are catching major lawsuits and losing their lives and careers over sexual harassment and things like that. So it's for someone to do that, and then for me, I had never in my life ever experienced anything to that capacity. I was shook. I was in the house and experiencing things like that. A lot of times, being a public figure, and because of the perception that social media has, and the perception that people have for you on social media, it's kind of hard to just be fully transparent and let people know that you're going through something, because of the fact of people seeing you work with celebrities, or because people seeing you travel. They're like, oh, I know he living well, I know he making money, instead of just saying, hey bro, you alright, you doing okay, Do you need anything? But no one ever does that because they're like, oh, Erick is doing well. I know he doing well. He working with Nick Cannon. He working with Cynthia Bailey. He working with Tasha Cobbs. He got to be living his best life. And it's so crazy because yesterday someone sent me a message on Instagram and I was trying to take a break from social media. It's like, Erick, I just really want to encourage you, man, because it's like, I feel like the world does not want you to succeed. And he didn't even know how much that message meant to me because a lot of times I suppress a lot for the fact of how people perceive me. You know what I'm saying? Being such a strong person. Oh, Erick, you're so great. But nobody ever really just says, hey, man, how are you really doing?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how are you really doing? Because at the end of the day, you have to understand, I'm 23. I just turned 23. And to be able to excel at such a rapid pace, it's scary sometimes. It is really. Come on,
testify.
It's really scary sometimes because you're exposed to so much. Beyond certain things that I can speak on. It's just like you see so much in how people are so shady and shicey. Like, you know, I thought I seen shade before, but when you really get into this industry, you will see how shady and slimy people are just to get on top. And it's like you're willing to knock a person down you're willing to go so far just to see a person fail, and that's scary to me. And it's like, for me as a young millennial and just as a young businessman, I'm not even surprised by the things that people say anymore. I'm not surprised by the things that people speak on. I'm not surprised on nothing. You know what I'm saying? And this is just being candidly honest, because I have witnessed, and this is even from church, I don't care how well a person can preach, shout, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I've seen it with my own eyes, and this is the reason why I can speak on it, is because I've seen people preach, pray, prophesy, and I'm talking about the whole church slang, like laid out, you know what I'm saying? And I've seen a whole nother lifestyle moments after that service is over. I've seen that in Hollywood. I've seen people become the sweetest person in front of cameras, and then after cameras, you're cussing people out, you're doing underhand shady stuff to try to make sure people don't eat, they don't get paid, and then just like, to be exposed to all of that, it's kind of like you be in a place like, who do you trust? Like, what? Like, what's real? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's really genuine out here? So it's kind of like, it puts you in a place where it's like, I love you, but do I really trust you? And kind of got like this shell, like, man, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. But thank God for, you know, my leaders, my pastors that pray for me, and my mom that prays for me. Just take time out to call me and just encourage me, like, hey, son, I believe in you. You're gonna be all right. And son, I'm just covering you in prayer. My mom would just like, Erick, just come on for a little while. Just take a little break. You know what I'm saying? And I need those things because a lot of times it's one thing to express it, but it's another thing to actually live it.
Yes.
And it's tough. It's really tough at times. So I just thank God for just keeping my sanity this year alone, because I feel like this year alone, I can honestly say this year I've had the most attacks on my business. I've had the most personal attacks. It's just been absolutely crazy. And to be able to still be sane, and to be able to still be in a place where I'm still willing to love people and, you know, be around people in that way is just like, it's a lot.
Yes, it can be. And you know, I love what you're saying, that you know, like, for anyone that may have, they can say, you know, I'm going through that too, Erick, or I'm going through that right now, that we have to get, you know, connected. You know, I love how the connection that you have with your covering, with your leaders, you know,
it's imperative. When I tell you, I'm like, real talk, if I was not connected to my church, Harvest, if I was not really connected to Apostle Jennings and Pastor Stephanie, there have been times where they have called me, like, and it's just like, okay, like a couple weeks ago, Apostle didn't even know, like, there was this time where I was like in this dark place, like, I just be, I don't know, it'd be a lot that be going on, but he just let me hang out with him for that day, him and his family, and I was just like, God, I needed this, you know, because I don't have any family here, and it's just like, I needed that time to just be in the presence.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got to say nothing, just to be around my spiritual father was just enough. I was like, God, thank you. Because, I mean, sometimes that's my only outlet, just to be connected to him. Because I'm like, if not, I'm going to go absolutely insane. Like, y'all don't understand. Y'all think I be playing.
Right. So, you know, like, I love what I'm hearing is that, you know, that we have to find an outlet, that we have to, you know, connect, you know, to our pastors.
An outlet that you can trust.
That we can trust.
That is not going to take advantage of you.
Wow.
And that's another thing. You have to kind of be careful, because being a person that has so much to lose and has so much to offer, a lot of times people will take advantage of your vulnerability. And that's another reason why I'm very secluded when it comes to my friends and family. I don't just open up to everybody. Like, I'm a transparent person in general, but I just don't open up to everybody because everybody's not able to handle that. And then sometimes you don't want to be talking to the wrong person that their intent of listening to you is to play on you. So, yeah.
Wow. So we really do have to be strategic.
Strategic,
Come on.
careful,
Yes.
protected, covered.
That's
everything.
right.
Dipped under the blood and all. Shoot.
Come on. That's right.
You need to be, for real, that's why, like I said before, I kind of suppress a lot because it's like, sometimes who do you talk to that's gonna be a safe haven for you. And it's not like, if I'm talking to you, if I'm expressing to you, I'm already dealing with that, don't be like, this is what you need to do, this is what you need to do. Like, just be a listening ear. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you just need to just listen.
Right.
Just listen. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my thing. So, hey, we doing what we can.
Yes. Wow.
And I've been making it.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, like, I can honestly say, you know, I remember when I first saw you, you know, I was at the Harvest Tabernacle Church.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Okay.
And you know, and you was like, you know, as a public figure from the very beginning, but the entire time, you know, that you was that public figure, you maintained your integrity. You still came to church. You know, I saw you at Bible study. I was like, you know, this is a man of God. You know, so I just want to commend you, you know, just for allowing the Lord to use you in that way, because you know what, I love what he's doing. I believe that he's raising up apostolic, prophetic scribes,
come on,
creatives, you know, in this time for his glory. And I love how, you know, you have the access to those influential men and women of God in the arts and entertainment industry. I believe, you know, to speak a word over their lives, to encourage them, to let them know that, you know, God still loves them. And you were sharing something with me before the show, that you can't judge a book by its cover.
No, you can't.
Yes.
And you know, let me speak on that. A lot of times, people do, you know, I mean, I do go out with some of my celebrity clients, you know, time from time. Whenever we're just out, wherever I'm traveling to them, or they're either in the city, a lot of times people have this wrong perception of people, and they're quick to judge off of a movie that they've played, or a reality show that they've seen them in, or whatever, just off social media alone. And a lot of times, I guarantee you, and the reason why, now I will publicly say this, a lot of my celebrity clients, for as Lisa Ray, Garcelle, and I'm talking people that are not in the church, Laura Govan, Tori Hart, these people are not physically in a church, but they have such a strong prayer life, and they believe in having such a strong relationship with God. That's why it's like, when I look at people that make these certain statements, or, oh, I can't believe she wore that, or she looks this way, very provocative, I'm like, I can respect the person for being who they are and being authentic and having a true relationship with God, versus the person that is, you look up the part and you look all things Christian or whatever, and you are just as fraudulent as they come. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I can respect that, because it's just like, I've seen these people in their prayer time, are just being in the privacy of their home, and they'll just be like, Eric, let's pray. And at times it would shock me, because I'm just like, I didn't think that you would be willing to, like, you trying to pray with me, you know what I'm saying? But then I remember, you know, back in 2015, Apostle prophesied to me. He told me, he said, Eric, you're going to start praying for your clients. And I was just like, no. I was just like, no, God, don't start dropping no words in my head. But, you know, God began to do it. And it's built such a strong relationship with all of my clients, seriously.
Wow.
So, and it's so crazy, because all my clients literally trust me with so much personal information. I'm like, I ain't never been married. I'm gonna give you marriage counseling.
Right.
I ain't never been, you know. And what am I supposed to tell you? And I never forget, I was in LA one day, and I called Apostle. I was like, Apostle, one of my clients asked me for advice concerning. He said, son, do what God told you. I'm like, what? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to say? I don't know. I'm just gonna be like, woman of God, go for it. Do what the Lord said do, and be great. But no, literally, God began to give me wisdom on what to tell her at that time, and literally what I told her came to pass, and I was shook. I was like, oh God, this real. I was like, oh my God, this right here is crazy.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But I love that. I love, you know, because one thing about the Lord is that, you know, man look on the outward appearance, but God, he looks at our heart. And, you know, God knew that you had, you know, the heart of an individual that was going to glorify him at the end of the day. You know?
Oh yes. And you know, let me say something. For every entrepreneur person, there is not one seminar or whatever that is our person, manager, publicist anything that's going to open up doors to you. It is all about your obedience and commitment to God. And if you are
Erick.
completely, you know, if you are completely submitted to God and you listen to God and you obey what God is telling you to do, God will open up the doors for you. That's why, you know, for me, I know we were having this conversation earlier, is that for me, when I first started, I've always dealt with people directly. I've never did the publicist and the whole management. So it's kind of like a whole new thing for me when people are like, oh, you have to go through this person and, you know, get in contact. I've never done that. From Lisa Ray, direct access. Garcelle, direct access. Tasha Cobb, direct access. All these people, direct access. And it's, you know, like, Erica Campbell, direct, like, everybody I've normally photographed, I've never really had to go through a team of people. It's always been, hey, we gonna shoot. Here's my number, call me, let's make it happen. That was mainly my type of thing. So it's kind of different when people always like, oh, you got to go through this type of person. And the reason why I say that, like, it was to a point where I would not let my team of people sit with me when I travel. Like RJ, my videographer, Danielle, my makeup artist, Ashley. It was at the times where I would not let them sit with me when we would travel on the plane, because I would always cry. Every time I get on the plane, I would always cry. They would think it was like fear or something, but I would just literally just sit in the plane and cry, because to be, you know, 19 and 20 years old and traveling the world, doing what I love to do, I know that was nobody but God. Like, honestly, and I do not hesitate to say that, because for me to be able to work with legends such as Sonia Richard-Ross, who's an Olympic champion, and work with her multiple times, and to be flown all across the world to work with her on multiple projects, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't take any credit for that, because I'm just like, I just did, you know how the Bible tells you faith without works is dead? I only put in the work for the faith, and it began to manifest, you know what I'm saying? And I always tell people, like, I always cry because it's just like, and I know people always like, Eric, you always crying, but the reason why I always cry to answer everybody's question is because my prayer has always been, God, no matter what I do in life, always allow me to be sensitive to you. And I think that's another thing that some people may lack. It's like, because sometimes for me, there's no way I can be in the presence of God, be at church and see people get their healing, deliverance, or whatever, and not cry. Like, you mean to tell me you can see God perform a miracle or healing on somebody, and you just stand there with straight face and be like, oh, that's great. Like, what? Like, no, I'd be like, God, you dope, man. That's
right. I'd be crying too.
I'd be like, you know, like, that's just my thing. But I mean, for the most part, child, I don't know. I just try to do what I gotta do and be great. That's it.
Yes, I love that. That we have to, you know, be sensitive to the move of God. Be sensitive to His voice, you know, because God is always speaking to us.
Yeah.
Yes.
He be speaking to me too. He be like, block. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
No, I'm really not. I'm really not. No, I'm really not. You know, I have this ministry. You know, many people don't know I have this ministry, but it's called Block Ministry. It's an effective ministry. Yes, it is. It is an effective ministry. It is the fastest growing ministry I've ever started in my life. Yes. Yeah. I have so many members. It's not even funny. So when people be trying me, I'd be like, Block. Once you are a member, you are always a member, a lifetime member.
The Block Ministry. Yes. And you know, I think that's critical, you know, because it is important that we, you know, keep a clean circle. You know?
Yeah. Oh, I ain't got no circle. I don't know what I got. I just got 2 friends and me. And everybody else, I just love y'all from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's okay.
Oh, yes, it is. It's very okay.
Wow.
It's very okay. Because a lot of times you have to also understand, and oh my God, can I just speak on that? Man, like, being a public figure, again, it comes with so many limitations. Although it comes with so much, so many benefits. You just have to be careful, because everybody comes at you with hidden motives, and I just don't have the time.
Right.
I don't have the time to be going through trying to figure out who's really for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, people try to gravitate for money, they try to gravitate for private events, they want to gravitate for, you know, connections to celebrities, and getting to go see celebrities, or being around the FaceTime. So, like, it's just too much. And I'm just like, bro, this is my life, this is my career, this is what I do every day. So this ain't no, I'm with Maria, let's take a selfie. Come on, pose for him. Boom.
Right.
So then, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not my thing. And it's just like, I just want to be around genuine people, because that's all I give out. And then, you know, I have my own ATM. It's called Erick ATM. So you only get what you put in. So I don't give out anything that, you know, one has put in. Amen.
Right. And so, Erick, this has been absolutely amazing.
It has.
You know, how can the people connect with you?
Oh, the people can connect with me via Cash App. That's how we first gonna connect. Hallelujah. You can Cash App me at ERP Photography. That's what you do. That's how you connect with a seed, don't you?
Yes.
Listen, now that's prophetic. Apostle, preach that. You connect with a seed. That is how you do it, child. You
Yes.
don't connect with nobody through social media. You connect with a seed. That is how you connect. Listen, how you thought I got here? My mom and my daddy connected with a seed.
Yes.
Find the line, though. Find the line. You connect with a seed. So if you would like to connect with me, you cash at me, though, at ERP Photography. There you go. Now, if you cash at me, though, we gonna connect for real. And then after you connect with me through Cash App, then you can proceed to my Instagram is at Erick Robinson. My Facebook is Erick Robinson Photography for the work of my photography and stuff like that. But yeah, cash at me first, and then we can connect. Amen.
Yes.
That is the order of the Lord, and for me today.
Yes. And so before we go, I just want you to just take about 2 minutes just to encourage the up and coming photographers.
Be great, be consistent, be true to yourself. Know your worth. That is the main thing. Know your worth. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Because a lot of times you can be surrounded around people that will never try to promote you or push you to understand your worth. You know what I'm saying? So that's my thing. Like, you got to make sure that the people around you want to see you win. Because a lot of times people don't want to see you win. They just want to take advantage of you. And that's another thing I always tell people, like, there was never, I've always had people around me that's like, Erick, you need to do more, do this, take your rates up. And that's like, I'm not the type of person that's going to be like, bro, you doing good. And, I know you produce good work, but keep your rates the same. No, if you know you're doing good, take your rates up. If you know that you're able to produce at that level, take your rates up. You know what I'm saying? So make sure people understand your worth, and you understand your worth, not just the people. And then even if people don't understand your worth, that does not necessarily mean you're not worthy. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily mean you're not valuable.
It's good.
And it just simply means that person may not be at the place where they're able to afford you, but that does not mean you stoop down to accommodate them. You make people rise up to your standards. You don't lower your standards for anybody.
That's right.
So that's been my thing. So just be consistent, you know what I'm saying? And know your worth and stay true to yourself and operate with great integrity, have great character, and always stay humble. You got to stay humble, because if you're always humble and you're always grateful, that's when the opportunities will continue to come your way. But whenever you feel like you have arrived, you will arrive at your final destination and you will not go nowhere else, because people do not want to, especially when you're trying to target celebrities.
Yes.
Celebrities do not want to work with anybody who think that they are the celebrity. You are called in to assist them. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing that kind of gets me. Like, I understand y'all put celebrity photographer because that's mainly who I work with, but I mean, my thing is, you have to understand, I cater to everybody. If you're going to pay me, I'm working with you.
Wow.
Point blank, period. Because the bills don't care where the money come from.
That's
honestly.
right.
So you got to just make sure that you get paid and be great. So, listen, and you got to work hard.
That's it.
You got to work hard.
We have to work hard. OMG, you guys. I am so excited. You got me fired up.
Come on, be fired up. But like I said before, people, cash out me to connect. We can't connect on social media if you ain't sold no seed.
Yes, OMG, you guys, make sure that we connect. That's right. Go to his Cash App.
Oh, somebody said they got a question.
Contribution.
What's the question, y'all? Hurry up.
Oh, man of God.
We had a good time there.
Yes, we had an awesome time. And, will you come back?
Oh, my God. Listen. It's gonna be lit.
Yes.
We've had a good time, y'all.
We have
had a good time. Maria Byrd has came up here and asked me all these questions. We got 1 minute, y'all. How do you work with indie artists? I work with everybody. Listen, I work with everybody. If you got the coin, I will work with you. That's a t-shirt.
That's it. If you got the coin, he will work with you. Well, you guys, again, I want to thank my very special guest, celebrity photographer, Erick Robinson, for coming to the show. Thank you, man of God. You did an awesome job. Yes, you guys. And I want you to make sure that you tune in next week, because we have something absolutely amazing for you. And so, you guys, that's all of our time. Remember, next week, same time, same place, right here on The Conversation with Maria Byrd.
Hey, she lit.
Finally found me someone I can really trust now. I always had so much to say, but no one to say it to.
Thank you for tuning in to The Conversation with Maria Byrd every Friday, 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on WIGO 1570 AM radio.
So let's have this conversation like a radio station.
WIGO AM 1570, Morrow, Atlanta.
Well, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, I want to thank my special guest, celebrity photographer Erick Robinson.
Man, she killed it.
And you guys, make sure you tune in next week to this edition of The Conversation with Maria Byrd.
What's your IG?